morning students, and welcome to today's session about the data mining, in which we will see about the topic that is data reduction part 2. So myself Saket Swarnadeep and I am teaching in PG department. So let me start with the topic that is data reduction part 2. Outline of today's lecture, that is numerosity reduction. Numerosity reduction is another method of data reduction technique. In numerosity reduction, regression analysis comes into the picture. So what is regression analysis? Regression analysis is an analysis which is the method of prediction technique. Regression analysis is a analysis which is useful for prediction technique where two variables are used, dependent variable and independent variable. There are various types of regression analysis: linear regression, multiple regression, non-linear regression, etc. So histograms. What is histogram? Histograms are like a bar graph chart. They are based on the analysis of data. Next is clustering. Clustering is a grouping of similar data in one cluster and dissimilar data in another cluster. That is called clustering. Sampling. Sampling is a method in which data is divided into small samples. That is called sampling. There are various types of sampling technique: simple random sampling with replacement, simple random sampling without replacement, stratified sampling, clustered sampling. So these are the various types of sampling technique. Data cube aggregation. Data cube aggregation is a cube where aggregation is used for the data aggregation. That is so these are the various outlines of today's lecture. So numerosity reduction reduces data volume by choosing alternative smaller forms of data represented. Numerosity reduction is one type of method where data is reduced by the volume and alternative path is taken which form the smaller forms of data represented. That is called numerosity reduction. There are two types of numerosity reduction method: parametric method and non-parametric method. Parametric method where the parameters are used, that is called parametric method. Example: regression. Regression is an one type of prediction technique. Assume the data fits some model. It will assume the data which will fit the model. Estimate model parameters. So it will calculate the model parameters. Store only the parameters. So it will calculate this value, store only the parameters. Discard the data. It will discard the data except possible outliers. So what is outliers? Outliers are the noise or the error. That is called outliers. Example: log linear models which will obtain a value at a point m minus d dimension space as the product on appropriate marginal subspaces. That is the example of parametric methods. Next is non-parametric method. Non-parametric methods are the methods where parameters are not used or considered. That is called non-parametric methods. Do not assume model. Here assumption of model is not required. Major families are histogram, clustering and sampling. So non-parametric method includes histograms, clustering. Clustering is a grouping of data in one cluster and dissimilar data in another cluster. That is called clustering. Sampling. Sampling is a method where different samples of data is collected into the database. That is called sampling. Now next we will see about the regression and log linear models. So there are various types of regression. First is linear regression, is also known as simple linear regression, which the data model fits for the straight line. That is called linear regression. Often uses the least square method. Here the least square method is useful to fit the line. Multilinear regression. Multilinear regression is a regression where two variables or two predictors are used, where means one dependent variable and two independent variables are used. That is called multiple linear regression. Allows a response variable y to be modeled. Here response variable y will be modeled as a linear function. It is a linear function of multidimensional feature vector. That is called multilinear regression. Log linear model. What is log linear models? It is one type of linear model where log functions are used for that model, that is called log linear models. Approximate discrete multidimensional probability distribution. So it is basically discrete multidimensional probability distribution function is used for log linear models. Next, what is regression analysis? So regression analysis is a collective name for the technique for the model and analysis of numerical data, which is basically useful for numerical data consisting of values of dependent variable, which consists of dependent variable also called response variable or measurement, and one of the more independent variable that is called explorative variable or predictors. Parameters are estimated so as to give the best fit. It will give the best fit of that data. Most commonly the best fit is evaluated by using the least square method. So basically least square method is useful for the regression analysis, but other criteria have also been used. Useful for the prediction. So basically regression analysis is basically useful for the prediction including forecasting of time series data. So basically it is useful for the weather forecasting or time series data or stock market prediction, interference, hypothesis testing and modeling of causal relationships. So here regression analysis is also useful for the modeling of causal relationships. Now linear regression equation is y is equal to wx plus b, where y is an dependent variable and x is an independent variable. So there are two regression coefficients are used, w and b, which are constant, specifies the line and the estimated by using the data and hand. It will use the least square method to find the known variable, that is y0, y1, y2 up to yn. Multi-regression equation is y0 equal to b0 plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. So where one dependent variable and two independent variable are used for the multilinear regression. Many non-linear functions can be transformed into the data. So here non-linear functions are basically useful for transforming of the data in multilinear regression. Next is log linear models. So approximate discrete multidimensional probability distribution. Estimate the probability. It will calculate the probability of each data point, that is called tuple, in the multidimensional space. So multidimensional space means it has 2 dimension, 3 dimension or and that is called multidimensional space for the set of discrete attributes, where discrete attributes will be used based on smaller subset of dimensional combinations. Useful for dimensity reduction. So log linear models are basically useful for the dimensity reduction and data smoothing. Data smoothing means where noise or outliers are removed, that is called data smoothing method. Next is histogram. So what is histogram? Histogram is an approximate data distribution. It is one type of data distribution method. Divide data into buckets. Here data will divide it into the buckets and store the average sum of each bucket. It will store this average sum of each bucket value. A bucket represents an attribute. Bucket will represent one type of attribute value or the frequency pair. Can be constructed optimally in one dimension. So basically histogram is useful for constructing the optimally for one dimension and basically useful for the dynamic programming. Related to optimization problem. So basically it is related with the optimization problems. Now as shown in figure, where histogram is created for the year one graph for in x-axis value is 1000 to 9000 and for value 0 to 40 in y-axis. Now what is clustering? So clustering is a grouping of data similar feature in one cluster and dissimilar feature in another cluster, that is called clustering. Partition data set into cluster. It will partition the data set in the clusters and store cluster representation only. Quality of cluster measured by their diameter. Here quality of cluster will be measured by their diameter, that is maximum distance will be found between the clusters and the 2 object points in the cluster, or the centroid distance, that is the average distance will be calculated for each cluster object from its centroid. That is how we can maintain the quality of clusters. can be very effective if data is clustered. Here if data is clustered, then it is very efficient method, but not for data shared method. Can have hierarchical clustering. Hierarchical clustering is a one type of clustering technique where data is divided into two types of approach, that is top down approach and bottom up approach, possibly stored in multi-dimensional index. So basically it is useful for the storing in the multi-dimensional index tree structure, that is B plus tree, R tree, quad tree. Quad tree is a 4-dimension tree, that is called quad tree, etc. Now what is sampling? Sampling is obtaining a small sample. It will create small samples of S to represent the whole word, whole data in the set of N. That is called sampling. Allow a mining technique. So it will allow different type of mining algorithm will be applied for the complexity, and that is potential sub data of the size of that data. Key principle is choose the representative subset of that data. So first main key principle is that we will select representative subset of that data. Sample random sample. So here simple random sample method will be used for the which give the very poor performance than other methods in the sampling. Develop adaptive sampling techniques. Here we will develop different types of adaptive sampling methods. Example, stratified sampling. Stratified sampling is the most important and easily method used for sampling technique. Now we will see various types of sampling technique. So first is simple random sample. Simple random sample is a sampling technique where samples are created randomly from the population of data. That is called simple random sampling. There is an equal probability of selecting any particular item. Here equal probability will be given for selecting any particular item in the simple random sampling. Sampling without replacement. So sampling without replacement, once object is selected, it is removed from the population. So once we have selected the object, it will remove from this sample population. That is called sampling without replacement. Sampling with replacement, once object is selected, it will not remove from the population. That is called sample with replacement. Stratified sampling. Stratified sampling is in partition the data set. Here we will divide that data set and draw the samples. We will collect the samples from the N partition, that is approximately the same percentage of data will be used. Use in the conjunction with skewed data. So basically stratified sampling is useful for the conjunction of skewed data. Cluster sampling. Cluster sampling is a grouping of data objects with the sample same data and dissimilar data in another cluster. That is called cluster sampling. Now we can see in figure where sampling raw data is used. Sampling random sample without replacement means here once object is selected, it is not removed from population, and simple random sampling with replacement, here data is selected but is not removed from population. That is the example shown of sampling technique. Next is about the cluster or stratified sampling. Raw data is taken and clusters grouping of data is sampling will be done for the data of similar data in one cluster and dissimilar data in another cluster. That is called cluster sampling. Next is data cube aggregation. So the lowest level of data cube aggregation based on the cuboid. So basically data cube aggregation is based on the cuboid model. It is the lowest level of aggregation. The aggregation of data is the individual. Basically it is useful for the individual entity of data. Example, a customer in the phone calling data warehouse. Multiple levels of aggregation. So basically here multiple level of aggregation is used for the data cubes. Further, it will reduce the size of sampling. Here further size of data will be reduced with the deal with the reference approximate level. It will basically based on the reference approximate level for the data cube aggregation. Useful for the smallest representation of data. So basically useful for the smallest representation of data, which is useful for the active data. Query regarding aggregation. Here query will be regarding the aggregation information which will be answered using the data cube with the possible. Thank you students, and stay tuned for further lecture series. In next lecture we will see about the data transformation and data selection technique. So this is about regarding the data reduction technique.